Hey, Chad here with ChadCar.net, LearnHoloLens.com, and today I'm doing something a little bit different, and that is actually talking about a little bit of news, a little bit of developer news. And before we actually dig into that news, what you're seeing here is some footage from some gameplay. So instead of just seeing me droning on and on, and figured maybe there might be a little bit something exciting here with this gameplay. So, what's the news? What are we talking about? We're talking about GitHub. And we're talking about Microsoft. So Microsoft has bought GitHub for $7.5 billion with a B, billion dollars. $7.5 billion. Microsoft acquired GitHub, and I'll have a couple of links to the announcement, both from GitHub and from Microsoft. So there's been a lot of interesting comments because of this acquisition, and I think there's a paragraph here on the GitHub post that I think kind of says it well. It says, when GitHub first launched 10 years ago, I could never have imagined this headline. Git was a powerful but niche tool. Clouds were just the things in the sky, and Microsoft was a very different company. Open source and business, people said at the time, mixed as well as oil and water. So open source and business mixed as well as oil and water. Now, GitHub disagreed. They said, we disagreed. And they've been using open source software successfully in business setting for a long time. And they talked about how Microsoft is different. Said, Git is far and away the most popular version control system. Clouds are mostly computers, and Microsoft is the most active organization on GitHub in the world. So that may come to a shock to some folks, but I've saw many talks and kind of knew that was the case. Their VS Code, talking about Microsoft's VS Code project alone, is beloved by millions of developers, and it's entirely open source, and it's built using GitHub's Electron platform. So GitHub, an Electron platform that was an editor, and VS Code built on top of that. So Microsoft utilized open source code to make VS Code, and of course VS Code itself is open source as well, and it's all hosted on GitHub and has been from day one. The article on GitHub continues, says, beyond that, today major enterprises regularly embrace open source. The world has realized how important happy, productive developers really are. And also, people have smartphones now. So this article goes on and says, what hasn't changed is GitHub's focus on the developer. They say from the beginning, GitHub's been obsessed with building a product for the people using it. And they want to make developers more productive and more people to become developers, which I can get on board with that. In this article, GitHub also mentions the Microsoft acquiring both Minecraft and LinkedIn, and with the success of those acquisitions, it showed GitHub how serious about growing new business Microsoft is. I think this is where the stuff really aligns, because it says, but more than that, their vision, talk about Microsoft's vision, for the future closely matches our own, or GitHub's. It says, we both believe GitHub needs to remain an open platform for all developers, no matter your language, stack, platform, cloud, or license. GitHub will continue to be your home, the best place for software creation, collaboration, and discovery.
In this event, we are going to put you in the 2015 Corvette C7R race car, and you're going to race against nearly all of the Corvette's significant past.
Then over on the Microsoft article, it just says, hey, today we announced as Microsoft an agreement to acquire GitHub, the world's leading software development platform. They say developers are the builders of this new era, writing the world's code, and GitHub is their home. And I believe that is accurate. It says developers will be at the center of solving the world's most pressing challenges. However, the real power comes when every developer can create together, collaborate, share code, and build on each other's work. In all walks of life, we see the power of communities, and this is true for software development and developers. And that's why Microsoft's so excited about the announcement. So some numbers here, they talk about 28 million developers already collaborate on GitHub, and it's home to more than 85 million code repositories used by people in nearly every single country. And this is even from the largest corporations to the smallest startups. GitHub is the destination for developers to learn, share, and work together to create software. And it's a destination for Microsoft as well, as Microsoft is the most active organization on GitHub with more than 2 million commits or updates made to projects. And they reaffirm here in this article, Microsoft is all in on open source. It says, we've been on a journey with open source, and today we are active in the open source ecosystem. We contribute to open source projects, and some of our most vibrant development tools and frameworks are open source. When it comes to our commitment to open source, judge us by the actions we have taken in the recent past, our actions today, and in the future. And Microsoft just wraps up the article by saying, we recognize the responsibility we take on with this agreement, and we're committed to being stewards of the GitHub community, which will retain its developer-first ethos, operate independently, and remain an open platform. We will always listen to developer feedback and invest in both fundamentals and new capabilities. So I personally see this as a good thing. Again, I don't know what the finances are of GitHub and whatever, but not that they had to be hurting in order to be acquired for $7.5 billion. That's pretty good. So yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think about the GitHub being acquired by Microsoft, and what you think that entails going forward? And also let me know in the comments if you liked seeing some gameplay while I just kind of talked about a little bit of news, a little bit different than normal, but this was kind of a different thing, GitHub being acquired by Microsoft. So definitely put your comments below and I'll read each one. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.